Okay, so move to Bretonnia turn 2. Take my general who was on my right flank and I charge his fast cav, and I fail to catch him. And it's funny because when I do these battle reports, a lot of times I look at the moves I make and I try to remember why I did it. And for the life of me, I can't figure out what the benefit of that charge was, because now I'm up real close to his archers, I'm in charge reach from the war dancers. It doesn't make sense to me what I was thinking. So I don't know, but that's what he did. I decided to ignore the ogres for now, and I just moved my Knights of the Realm up, because I figure he's off the board with the ogres. They're going to turn around on his next turn and come at me, but by then I'll be charging something, and I'll be out of reach of his ogres. So I'm just ignoring the ogres for now, with ignoring them with my knights. What I do, though, I do decide to go ahead and move my Relic and my Questy Knights towards the middle. Questy Knights were intended to be for my left flank, but I don't think I need them over there. My Grail Knights charged the Noble, and it was fortunate that he was there, because my Grail Knights were right next to my Knights Errant, and I needed my Knights Errant to charge on the left side, and we'll look at that in a minute, but they couldn't wheel because my Grail Knights were there. So I declared the Grail Knight charge first, moved him out of the way, and then I could wheel my Knights Errant. So anyway, my Grail Knights are standing there with his Noble. Knights Errant get the wheel, charges fast cav. I have no earthly idea why he did not flee with the fast cav. My fast cav had fled last turn, so I rallied him, and I wasn't able to put him where you see him until after he could have declared his charge and moved. So my assumption is he thought he would have either gone off the board or been caught. I don't know. Another mistake he made, if you look at my Grail Knights, when I charged his Noble, he really couldn't flee because he would have fled into the building. I understand that. But when we got there, he didn't issue a challenge. And so I got to attack with all three of my Grail Knights instead of just one of them. So I think my opponent, I know he's new to Wood Elves. I think he might be new to Fantasy in general. Those are two pretty not uncommon mistakes right there. So his fast cav is dead. His Noble's dead. Wood Elves turn 3. His ogres come back on the board. He moves his war dancers could have charged my general, but they didn't. They just moved over. And I was thinking, though, if he did charge me, I would just issue a challenge, and I would just have to deal probably with his general, and then be general on general. And I thought I'd have a decent chance with that. I've got a 3-up rerollable armor save, and I thought I might do okay. And I really just need to survive and hang out one turn, and then I could charge on my turn with my Knights of the Realm. So he didn't charge me, but I wasn't too worried about it. Not a whole lot of movement here. He rallies the fast cav that my general charged last turn. Over here he moves his Dryads up. And then in his magic phase, he uses that same spell to the movement spell to get his war dancers into my general. And again, I was going to stop it, and he rolled it Irresistible Force again. If you look at the dice in the upper right-hand corner, that's what he rolled for it. I've got 2 Dispel Scrolls sitting there, absolutely worthless to me. Oy. So I issued a challenge. He accepts with his Lord. He has a bunch of attacks, at least 5, maybe more. But anyway, he has Killing Blow, and he scored 2 Killing Blows on my general. I failed both ward saves, so my general died. My Royal Pegasus got beaten in combat. They didn't pursue him, so that didn't really go well. And that was 100% my fault for declaring the charge against his fast cav to begin with. It was just a brain-dead maneuver. There was really nothing to be gained there. So on my turn, I charged my Knights of the Realm into his War Dancers. I really, really need to win that and overrun, because otherwise his ogres have a good chance of charging into the back of that unit. But I do go ahead and turn my Grail Relic unit. You can see it's facing towards the ogres now. My Questy Knights charged his fast cav. They did a stand and shoot, didn't get anything. My Grail Knights on the far left just turn so they can come and get involved in this side of the board. Over on this side, again, another silly mistake. I was thinking during the game, the fast cav, where they are now, the reason they're there is to block the Dryads from seeing my my Knights Errant unit. And then what I did is I backed up my unit. what I should have done is I was thinking I couldn't get the charge because I'd have to go through that difficult terrain that the Dryads are standing in, and I likely would not have the range if you had to count all that. And now I'm realizing I should have gone towards his closest unit anyway. I could have done even just a 4-inch wheel, maybe a 5-inch wheel. I would have had plenty of distance and could have got the charge on the Dryads. So not sure what I was thinking there. I seem to be making dumb mistakes left and right this game. So bet turn 3, my Trebuchet finally hits the building. This is the unit that killed 2 Questing Knights and 2 Grail Knights, and I'm none too happy with them, but my Knights can't get in the building to do anything. So my Trebuchet knocks out half the unit, so I was very happy with that. Yeah, so I issue a challenge, and he kills my champion pretty easily, but then all my other guys just do a lot of damage on his, and we break him in combat, run him down, and get the charge into his Glade Guard, which is wonderful because that means next turn he can't shoot at me with all those Strength 4 attacks. He takes his ogres and he just turns them towards my Grail Relic and just comes right up to me. He's just saying, "I am not afraid of you one bit. Do your worst." So, you know, so they're standing there. His Dryads charged my my fast cav. I really think I fled, and he just said, "Okay, it's a failed charge," and he stopped. And I think he probably, from this angle, it looks like he might have been able to make it into my Knights on the enemy in the way rule, but he just said he had a failed charge, and I didn't feel like telling him that. So it would have been close, though. From this angle, it looks like he's easily there, but I'm not sure that's the case. And even if he was, he would have been maybe 2 or 3 units, 2 or 3 guys touching me. So I think I would have. He might have opted not to because I probably would have beat him through combat res. So I got the charge on my turn into his Glade Guard. We fought on his turn. I beat him pretty easily, chased him, but I was not able to chase him down. Questing Knights did kill his fast cav, and their pursuit roll did not take him into the Glade Guard. So that was unfortunate because those guys might get picked off next turn. So on my next turn, I finally get the charge with my Knights Errant. Again, big unit, Errantry Banner, Strength 6 in the charge, all those horses. Best way to take care of those Dryads. Oh, I'm sorry, that last slide I wasn't thinking. I said that my overrun didn't get me into his unit. That's true, but that was, of course, on my last turn. On his turn, he shot at me and didn't kill anybody, which was just amazing with 10 shots with that bonus that the Glade Guard have. So I go ahead and charge my Grail Relic into his ogres. I really don't think much is going to happen there, but if I can just keep them tied up, I can bring my Grail Knights over and finish them off in another turn or two. But he only killed a couple of mine. I was starting with a static 5, maybe a static 4, whatever, because his unit shows a banner, but I think when it came down to it, that was just mismodeled, and he doesn't have a banner. Either way, I beat him through combat res. I ended up beating him by, I think, 1, and then he failed his break test. I couldn't catch him, but it was pretty sweet to see those peasant battle pilgrims do their job. So Bretonnia turned forward. His Dryads are gone. So all he has left on the table now is, you can see my Questing Knights finished off his Glade Guard. He's got 2 Spell Singers. He's got half a unit of Glade Guard in the building. And he has a unit of Fleeing Ogres. And everything else of his on the table is dead. So we go to his turn. His Ogres fail their rally test, so they're off the board. And he just kind of said, let's just call it there. So it wasn't a complete slaughter, even though he was almost tabled. You can see my lone Grail Knight at the top of the table. He shot them, obviously. I still have my Knights of the Realm, my BSB, my Damsel, big block of Knights Errant, half points for Grail Knights, all full points for Questing Knights, got my Grail Relic, my Trebuchet. So I've got a lot of points left, and he's got very little. So it was a nice, solid victory to start the game off with. Overall, a fun game. I thought I was making stupid mistakes left and right. I know my opponent made a couple mistakes that may have had to do with inexperience with a couple of the rules. But Anyway, it was a fun game, and we move on to game 2 with a victory under our belts. Hope you enjoyed it.